Good day, Team Harcourts. Thank you very much for your time to watch this short presentation on using the Harcourt Hub business planning functionality that was recently released by Harcourt South Africa and Harcourt International. Great tool, great digital tool to help us put our business plan together. As we are recording this video, it's the end of March 2026, moving into the new financial year. And for those of you that do planning specifically for the financial year, a fantastic tool. Some of you might have already done the business plan for the calendar year, but regardless of when you watch this video, it is a fantastic tool to use the business plan tool on the hub. Why is that? Because it pulls in information from different places to help you plan your business for the next 12 months. It pulls in your data from prop data. It pulls in information from HTrack and from the hub to present to you your numbers of the past 12 months, the past 24 months, to reflect on and to come up with your numbers for this new 12 months lying ahead of you. So let's jump right into it. And I'm just going to run you through it. But before I do that, I just want to emphasize the importance of doing business planning. And I want to take it from the words of the mental skills coach of the All Blacks rugby team, Gilbert Tinoco, when he says, the simple act of writing down a couple of daily cues of how we'd like to behave brings a sense of order and purposefulness to our activities and endeavors. We're in a stressful business. There are so many moving parts. Our heads get so full with so many things. And with that comes stress. For us to be on the most enjoyable journey where there is sustainability and longevity for you in this business, nothing comes close to the importance of having structure in your business to create for you that platform to work successfully, to achieve your goals, the targets that you're setting for yourselves, to where you want to take your business, and to have fun in the process and not feel overwhelmed, and for your stress levels to be lower than if you don't have a business plan. So all I'm trying to say is commit to business planning. It's a crucial part of your business. Right, let's jump right into the functionality. From the homepage on the Harcourts Hub, you want to look for the blue tab that says business management. And I click on that and I want to look for business planning, which is right here. Business planning, have a look at that and you click on that. Now, for the purpose of this video, I put together a draft business plan just to show you what possible information could look like. But remember, please, this is just a draft. Your information, what you will see on the hub, will obviously only be your information. It is completely confidential. No one else can see it except for your principal. So you can, whatever you write down here is for your eyes only and for that of your principal. So when you come to this page, welcome to business planning, you have a few options. You can ask for some help to use this tool and you can do your business planning, or you can just set targets, whatever you want to do. But from Harcourt South Africa's side, again, we really encourage you to spend the time. It probably will not take you more than an hour and a half at max, to think through your business plan, to put that together. And it is an incredible investment in your business to spend that time, to put that time aside to work on your business. On the contents page, you will notice 3 steps. And under each of those steps, there are quick links to take you into any of those sections under these steps. But as always, it is where are we now? What is the next step? What do you want to achieve? And how are we going to get there? What do I need to do? I click on the next page, which is over there. And on each of these pages, you will notice that there's a next page button and a previous page button and a help page. This brings us to our exercises. And first of all, I just want to select the profile that I worked on so that we can pull in some information. Every time that you save information that you populate into the business plan and you hit the save button, it will keep the information in your business plan. Anytime that you come back, it will have your information populated. Now, under the exercises, it allows us to do some reflection on our business, to think about our why. And the why is those things that really connects with your passion, your purpose. Why is it that you're doing what you're doing? What makes you come alive? What makes that fire burn in your belly so that you want to go out there every single day, give your best, stay resilient, and really, really become the agent of choice in your marketplace. It also allows you to do a strategic SWOT analysis on your business. And let's just have a quick look at this. Find your why. You will notice that there are a few questions there that I populated. Now, spend some time on this. Consult maybe ChatGPT to get some ideas of what, or some ideas of answers to some of these questions. And then when you sit with your principal or your sales manager, you have your populated business plan and you can work through this. You can share these reflections with your principal and your business manager. And if needed, you can make some adjustments. But definitely, please spend the time. You will go to the next button that will take you to the SWOT analysis. And here you can think of what are some strengths for me in my business? What are some weaknesses currently in my business? What are opportunities out there in the marketplace, in the external environment? And what are threats in the external environment? And you can jot down your reflection on each of those. You will get the summary page, which will summarize your whys and your SWOT analysis. This will then allow you to go to the next page. On the next page, we are looking back on what's been happening in your business in the past 12 months, the past 24 months. That is if you've been in the business for that period of time. If you're starting out in real estate, obviously you won't have this reflection looking back. But I want to alert you to this section on the right here that says rolling 12 months. If I click on the drop down, you can see that there are options: rolling 12 months, April till March, July till June, and January till December. So whichever one we select here will then pull in this data from prop data, from HTrack, from the hub into these columns. But while I have the rolling 12 months selected, you can see that this column shows March 2025 till February 2026, and that column shows March 24 till February 2025. So that means that is the rolling 12 months that lead up to where I am right now. As I mentioned, I'm recording this video in March of 2026, so the previous rolling 12 months ended at the end of February 2026. So I can see from prop data my appraisals that were captured on prop data, listings, auction listings, exclusive listings, written sales, and then registered sales come from HTrack. My gross commission comes from HTrack, and my NPS is captured right here in the hub. And everything pulls in here, which shows me what's been happening in my business in the past 12 months and the past 24 months. Now, if you did not use your appraisal functionality on prop data fully, which is not a problem, you'll understand why the appraisals numbers would be lower than the listing numbers. And that will make sense for you. At the bottom of this page, you can, as we start to look at your numbers, you can do some reflection. If I say looking at your numbers over the past year, you do reflection on what's been working well for you, what needs improvement, and what should you stop doing? Those are three very, very, very important questions in preparation for this new financial year. But this is reflecting on your numbers, looking at what's been happening in your business, as I mentioned. Then we can hit the save button at the bottom of this page. That will capture that information that we entered at the bottom here, and that will then allow us to move on to the next page. The next page will give us an opportunity to work through our goals and our expenses, which is also extremely important. But on this page, you will notice that there are 5 sections there: goals, business, personal, summary, and complete. The goals section is for you to identify the most important goals for you in your business. Right here, I put down my gross commission income, my gross commission to grow my gross commission income by 20%. I need 3 new mandates per month. That's a goal. I need to create 2 new appraisal opportunities per week, and so it goes. And then you can also allocate costs or values that it would cost you to make that goal happen, if there are any expenses associated to making that goal happen. I just want to make one point. Do not, or our suggestion is not to identify too many goals. 10, 15 might become too many. Always remember, less is more. if you can focus on 5 standout goals and you can really drive them hard, 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 you will make them happen. But if you have too many goals, some of them will remain unachieved. And then there's opportunity for a game changer goal at the bottom. Again, when you are done with this, you will click on Save and Next, and that will bring us to our business expenses section, where you can allocate expenses in your business in the past 12 months, and then what you are expecting to spend on each of these, if they are applicable for you and your business over the next 12 months. So your column under this year would be for your 12-month expenses on these items that we have here. And then you can also add other expenses that are not listed here. If you can think of anything else that you know will be expense in your business, you can add other expenses there. You will click on Save and Next, and that will bring you to your personal expenses. Also extremely important to know what your personal budget is. Again, this template allows for the basic expenses that most of us have, but you can also then add other expenses that are not listed here, and you can complete your personal budget right here on this business plan tool, and you can click Save and Next. And that will then bring us to the summary page where the hub tells us, or this tool tells us, that those are the amounts for business and personal that I allocated, but I'm also expecting to pay some tax on my income. That might be X amount, and you enter the amount there that you are expecting to pay in tax, and that is then your grand total for your cost to achieve your success. So whatever I need to earn has to be more than this, right? I need to be earning more so that I can live a wonderful life, and a life where it's not only work and paying bills, but it's having fun, living a balanced life, giving myself time away from my business, clearing my mind, saving money towards wealth creation, etc., etc. All the things that we need to do and looking after ourselves. And I will click Save and Next, and that will bring us to the complete page. You're all done. So I'm done now with step 2, which is working through our goals and our expenses. And I can click on next page. And here we're going to work with our numbers, our projections for the next 12 months. Right. So again, I'm sticking to my rolling 12 months because this is the most real or the most recent activity in my business, the past rolling 12 months. And in this window here, I enter the gross commission income that I believe I need to earn this year in order to pay all my bills and to live a quality life. So let's just say I'm planning on writing a GCI of 1.85 million Rand. So I put in that amount there, 1.85 million, so that after I've split with my office, I can still comfortably pay my expenses. You will notice again that it in this navy blue column, it shows the period March 2025 till Feb 2026. Right, so that comes, as we know, from prop data, as we said earlier, from HTrack, from the hub, and it allows us now to have a look at what the hub shows us what our annual goals might be for the next 12 months if we have a GCI target of 1.85 million. And what does the hub base this on? It bases this on our average commission per transaction based on the previous 12 months. If I look at the previous 12 months business, in my business, I did 8 sales, 8 transactions. I generated this GCI. In other words, my average commission per transaction was 88,800 Rand. If I want to earn 8.5 million and I still earn an average com of 88.8K per transaction, I need to do 21 transactions. Okay, so that's just a guideline and you can look at the rest. But now if we move to the bottom of this page, that column remains. It brings this suggested column or projections right to the left of the screen. But now I can start to populate my own numbers here. I can set my targets. At the bottom, you will actually notice that this 1.85 should populate into this bottom. And let's just put that 1.85. No, you have to actually type it in. You bring down the 1.85, and guys, now you just have to work through these KPIs and your target numbers. What would you like your NPS target to be? It was 80 in the past 12 months. Do you want to keep it 80 because this is world class? But I don't want want to take too much of your time. How many sales do you need to do to achieve that 1.85 million? Maybe I don't think I need 21 because I'm going to be starting selling more expensive property and I might change that number. And so you reflect on your plans for this next 12 months and you decide how many sales do I need to do? How many written sales? How many sales are going to fall over between written sales and registered sales? How many exclusives in my business? Do I do auctions? How many listings in total do I need to list? And in order to list that number of listings, how many appraisals do I need to do in the year to make that number of listings possible? So there are tools that we have on the hub that can also assist you in working with ratios and coming up with accurate numbers or accurate KPIs that you can work with, because this is very, very important. This is going to be your roadmap. It's going to be that dartboard that you aim at and that you're going to throw your dart at. And you got to hit those numbers, guys. You got to hit these numbers if you want to achieve your desired income goal for the year. And once you've worked through this, you can click the update or the save button at the bottom of the screen, and that will save anything that you've entered there or that you have updated. So that is then that page, and we can go to our next page. Next page is also extremely important. Once we have set our targets, now we need to understand, but how are we going to get there? What is it that we need to do? What is our strategy? It's one thing to know how much I want to earn, but it's another thing to really identify the building blocks in my business, the things that I need to spend really quality time on, those dollar productive activity. What do I need to do in my business? What do I need to delegate to someone else? And I need to prioritize what is important in my business. Otherwise, I might be chasing after lesser important goals and strategic focus areas. And in the end, I'm not going to achieve my desired income goal. So let's have a look. We say that the financial year is this 2026 financial year, and you will notice that there are 5 possible strategic focus areas that you can populate here. You will have this drop down. Select the focus area, and you can click on the drop down, and it will give you the drop down of possible strategic focus areas. You can select any of them if you really strongly feel that that is one of your strategic focus areas. And then if you've done that, you identify the tasks that you need to focus on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, in order to make that strategic focus area possible, or in order to maximize that strategic focus area. So your focus then becomes your tasks. What do I do? What do I do in my business on a daily and on a weekly basis? Consistency. Daily consistency is the success in our business. And that is where these strategic focus areas and the tasks come in. It places your focus on what do I need to do in my business every day. Spend time on this. Spend time on this because it's going to really, really benefit you massively if you spend time on this. Then who is responsible for these tasks? Is it me? In other words, you? Is it a person in your business that you can delegate a task to? Is it maybe your personal assistant? And when does this task need to be completed by? Is it a annual task? Is it a quarterly task? Does it need to be done maybe in 3 months from now? And you select with this functionality, you select by when does that need to be completed by. If it's a daily task, let's say schedule weekly valuation and appraisal appointments. That means it's a weekly task. I can see it there, it's weekly, and it will run throughout the whole year. But you guys know what to do. You populate your tasks here, and you can add more tasks by clicking there. As you will notice, and I might have mentioned it earlier, if you can read the screen, you will find your way through this tool. It's not complicated. It literally is a matter of reading the screen and advancing step by step, page by page. On the right, you will also notice that there's a summary of what's been working well, what should I stop doing, what needs improvement in my business, and then the SWOT analysis that we populated earlier in the business plan. It summarizes it here. And then once we are done with these strategic focus areas, did I mention earlier that if there is a strategic focus area that is not listed, or something else that you want to bring in, you say, create your own focus area. That is it. Create your own focus area. And when you click on that, you will title the focus area and then you will populate the tasks under that focus area. Right. And then we click on the next page. And this is now our summary page. It just shows us all the things that we have populated in our business plan, almost ready to be printed. And let's just have a look if we're happy. Otherwise, we have to go back and make some changes. For some reason, I think the guys in Australia, as I'm recording this, are just busy making some changes on last year's numbers, this section here. So it's not populating with last year's numbers yet. But as you can see, your why populates into the business plan. Your SWOT analysis is right there. Your game changer goal sits over there, and your five or your X number of goals that you have identified in your business will be listed there. Then you have this year's targets. What is my annual target? It did not change. It hasn't changed to the 1.85 yet. Maybe I was too fast on the trigger earlier and I didn't save this changes properly, but it will then pull in your gross commission income with all the other KPIs that you need to track in your business. And what does that mean on a monthly basis? What are your expenses that you identified in the business plan? Then you have an opportunity to put in review dates of maybe when you want to sit with your principal or your manager and just reflect on your business plan to see, are you on track? How are you progressing? Where do you need more support? Where do you need more help? And it's a consultative process with your partner in looking at your business plan. And at the bottom here, you have your strategic focus areas where you have them listed on the left and you have your tasks in the central column. Who is responsible and by when do those tasks need to happen? Again, is it a daily task? Is it a weekly, monthly, or is it a quarterly task or an annual task? Right, friends, so that is basically our summary here on the Hub. And the last thing that we do is we print it to a PDF. So I click on print to PDF and it will then bring up the PDF on my screen, which I will save on my hard drive. And so let me just save that there. And I can show you what this looks like. So you will have it saved on your hard drive and you can then print it to an A3. Very important that you print to an A3 and not an A4. The A4 is just too small, but an A3 is beautiful. You put it up in your office and then you look at this business plan every single day and it reminds you of the focus areas in your business. It energizes you on a daily basis. It keeps you focused. It keeps you on the roadmap. On those times when you lose your way, and you go into the dark wood, at least you have your GPS to bring you back on track and say, oh, that's right, this is what I need to do. Just stick to the basics, keep going, and you will achieve your goals for the year. Team Harcourts, if you have any questions, please speak to your BSM in your region. We are here to help you. We've got your back. Obviously, your business owner, your sales manager, your principal is there to assist you, to be on this journey with you. But we wish you great success. Thank you for your time. And I wish you good luck for this new financial year with your business planning and head it out the park. Take care. Stay well. Bye.